please stop pretending that RFK Jr. is the one that eroded our trust in medical experts? Pretty sure the medical experts did it all themselves. They didn't need help from anybody. I've talked extensively about this, but when I got on birth control, I gained 50 pounds in 6 months. And when I went to go tell my doctor about it, she said, oh, it's because you snack too much. It had nothing to do with the birth control. Even though I was eating super clean at the time. I kept gaining weight after that, no matter what I did, no matter how much I went to the gym, no matter how many calories I cut, I kept gaining weight, and I almost got to 200 pounds, and I'm 5'2", mind you. So eventually I got the birth control out, still went to the gym almost every single day. And when I tell you I went to the gym, I actually went to my OB thinking that something was wrong when they do the checkup here, because there was lumps. And my doctor goes, honey, those are pecs, those are muscles. That's how much I was working out, and I was still gaining weight. And then I started having pain in my ovaries, and I realized, you know, I think I know what this is, because other girls have talked about it online. I think this is a cyst. I think a cyst just ruptured to the point that I couldn't even walk. I was in so much pain. So I start doing research about cysts on your ovaries, find out it's PCOS, go to the doctor, get an ultrasound, a different doctor, mind you, this time. And yep, I had cysts on my ovaries, I had PCOS. When I told my new doctor about me gaining all this weight on birth control, she said, well, of course. Like, of course birth control can make you gain weight. It's hormones. But my other doctor made me feel completely ridiculous for thinking that it had anything to do with the birth control. So at this point, I do what I do best, and I started researching literally everything about PCOS. I went to Google Scholar and I typed in PCOS and looked at all the peer-reviewed published studies in order from most recent to least. I found out that PCOS is insulin resistance. So it's not really about how many calories you bring in. It's about the carbs. It's about how much sugar is going in your body, because your body is not processing insulin properly. Learn that PCOS is this vicious cycle, because you're insulin resistant, which makes you gain weight, which throws your hormones off, which makes you insulin resistant, which makes you gain weight, and you just keep going in this circle. And so what causes PCOS? Like, yes, lifestyle, how you eat can definitely cause PCOS. But you wanna know what else can cause it? Birth control. Yeah, I was on the Kyleena IUD, and when you go look at the side effects of it, it's cysts on your ovaries some women can get. So you wanna know what eroded my trust in medical experts? That doctor who told me, no, it's your snacking. It had nothing to do with the birth control. If my doctor actually got informed consent from me, I would have never took that birth control thinking that this would have been my life possibly. But they don't tell you the risk. All they ask you is if you have a history of blood clots. That's it. That is not informed consent when the birth control I was on was known for causing cysts for some women. And trust me, I love my new doctor, but even she was not very helpful at all when I found out I had PCOS. She said, yeah, it's kind of normal. We'll just monitor it as long as the cysts go away in a few months. You know, if it ruptures, whatever, go to the ER, but that was it. So I did research myself on how to fix it, and I was able to lose 40 pounds within a year, with no help of the so-called experts. And for those that are so anti-MAHA that you say like even supplements are bad, supplements help me. Berberine and inositol completely changed the game for me, as well as some other lifestyle changes. Like I started prioritizing walking over weightlifting. And I still have a ways to go, but I feel so much better. I have more energy, I don't hurt as much, and I actually feel in control of my body. And mind you, all of that happened before I even knew RFK Jr. existed. I did not need RFK Jr. in my life to erode my trust in the medical experts. They did it all themselves. So no, don't ask me to just trust the experts ever again.